everyone. Today we're going to be going over how to do the berry stitch in crochet using US terms. Here's the back of the stitch. In today's video I was using this loops and threads yarn in the color bright red, as well as a 6mm crochet hook. Though you can use whatever size yarn that you have, I would recommend using a hook that is slightly larger than what it might ask for. So this one here is asking for a 5.5mm, just because it's important not to crochet too tightly for this stitch. It might be more helpful for you if you have a bigger hook. We're going to go ahead and get started with a slip knot, which you can do however is easiest for you. And then once we have our slip knot, we're going to chain an even number. So we're going to end up with an odd number of chains. So I'm going to chain 20. All right, so that is 20 chains completed. So we're going to start with the first row. And in the first row, we're just going to do a single crochet until we get to the last chain. So we're going to skip the first chain from the hook and start in the second chain from the hook. So we're going to insert, pull up a loop through the chain, 2 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2. So we're just going to continue single crocheting until we get to the end, and I'll meet you there. Alright, so we're at my last chain for this row, so we're just going to finish with another single crochet, and then we're going to chain 1 to turn our work, and that is the first row completed. So to start the second row, we're going to start in this first stitch here, and we're going to actually put a slip stitch in there. So we're going to insert our hook, we're going to pull up a loop and through the loop that's already on our hook. And then for the second one here, we're going to do the berry stitch. So we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through just the first one there. So we still have 3 loops on our hook. Then we're going to yarn over, insert into that same chain we're working in, that same stitch, pull up a loop. Now we have 5 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through all 5 of them. So then now in our next chain here, our next stitch, we're going to work another slip stitch. So insert, pull a loop through the stitch and through the loop that's already on your hook. And then we're going to do the next stitch here, another berry stitch. So we're going to yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, and then follow that with a slip stitch again, and then we're going to follow that again with a berry stitch. So we'll do that together. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, insert into the same stitch, pull up a loop, 5 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 5. So we're just going to continue that, doing a slip stitch, berry stitch, slip stitch, berry stitch, until we get to the end of our row, and I'm going to meet you there. Alright, so now we just have 2 stitches left to work into for this row. So we're going to do the berry stitch here since we just did a slip stitch. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 5, and then we're going to end again on a slip stitch. So we're going to insert, pull up a loop through the stitch and through the loop that's already on our hook. So then we're going to chain 1 to turn our work. And that is the second row completed. All right, so getting ready to get started on the third row here. You can see that my work so far is twisting a little bit, but as we keep going, it'll unravel. So we chained 1 to turn, and now we're going to do a single crochet into this first stitch here. So insert, pull up a loop, 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2. And then this next stitch here, which you can see here, is the one that is above the berry stitch. So what we're going to do here is we're going to slip stitch. Insert, pull through the stitch and through the loop that's already on our hook. So we're just going to continue doing that until we get to the end of the row. We'll do a couple more together, but it's going to be single crochet followed by a slip stitch. All right, so single crochet next. We're going to insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and then we're at that berry stitch again, so we're going to do a slip stitch followed by a single crochet and a slip stitch into the next one. So if you want to meet me near the end of the row once more, you can go back if needed. All right, so we're at our last berry stitch here. So I'm going to do that single crochet, and then above the berry stitch, I'm going to do a slip stitch, and then I'm going to end in this last stitch here with 1 last single crochet. So insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Then we're going to chain 1 again to turn our work. So what we're going to do now for our next row is we're going to make the berry stitches again in order to make this pattern. So we're going to start once more with a slip stitch, and then in the next stitch we're going to make a berry stitch. Followed by a slip stitch, and following the slip stitch with a berry stitch. So we're just going to continue doing that until we get to the end of the row once more, and I'll meet you there once again. Alright, so we have 2 stitches left once more. So we have a berry stitch and then a slip stitch. So starting with the berry stitch, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 5. And then ending on the slip stitch, we're going to insert, pull a loop up and through the loop that's already on your hook. And then to turn, we're going to chain 1 once more and turn our work. All right, so since we just finished a row with the berry stitches, what we're going to be doing again is we're going to do a row where we do a single crochet followed by a slip stitch once more. So starting with that single crochet, and then the slip stitch will always be above the berry stitch. Single crochet, and the slip stitch. So if you want to meet me I'm going to continue to work until my project is the desired length that I have, and then we'll meet near the end so we can go over how to finish your project. I'm about to get started on what's going to be the last row of my project. If you can see the texture of the berry stitch from the side here. So anytime you're looking at the side that has the texture here, has the berries that are coming out towards you, you know that you're going to be doing the single crochet followed by the slip stitch, single crochet, slip stitch, ending with the single crochet. And if we turn this over to look at the other side, if you're looking at this side while you're working, you know that you're going to be doing the slip stitch followed by the berry stitch followed by the slip stitch. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I finished a row that had the berry stitches, and now I'm going to be doing the single crochet one. So starting with a single crochet into this stitch here. And another thing that I wanted to mention, something that will make this stitch easier for you is making sure that you're not crocheting too tightly. If your tension is too tight, you may find it difficult, especially when doing the berry stitch, to yarn over and go through all 5. So you just want to make sure that you're not crocheting too tightly. So this one here is above the berry stitch, so I'm going to do a slip stitch. It's also important to make sure, even when you're not doing the berry stitch, that you're not doing the single crochet and the slip stitch too tightly as well, because that would make it more difficult when you are doing the berry stitch in order to fit your hook in there as well. So I'm just going to do this until I get to the end, and if you want, you can meet me there. All right, so I have my last berry stitch beneath me. So I'm going to start with the single crochet followed by the slip stitch. And for this single crochet slip stitch row, you're always going to be starting and ending with a single crochet. So I'm going to finish my last stitch here, a single crochet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to grab my scissors, cut off, pull my hook up here, and then pull tight. And then if you want to make sure that this is more secure, you can knot here as always. But if not, you just want to make sure that you weave this end back into your project, as well as this end here, which is the excess from the slip knot. But this is our finished project for the berry stitch. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, or if there are any stitches or tutorials that you'd like to see in a future video. Thank you.